Okay, folks, another week, another batch of episodes to talk about. Yeah, we're starting off with Kamen Rider ZL episode 5. uh, yeah, we got ourselves a double dose of another Riders this week, and one of them from a series that I will never ever subject myself to. Okay, and it's not what you're thinking. Okay, first things first here. We got ourselves the introduction of yet another time jacker running around named Schwartz. And yeah, unlike with and Ora, Schwartz is pretty much all business here. He doesn't even bother going with the whole Faustian bargain thing. He just like, yeah, you've been drafted, activates a ride watch, slams it into a guy, and then bam, he's another Forze. And this another rider has been running around attacking 18-year-old girls in a Managawa high school who are all Libras. I'm guessing basically to try and find, some correlation to the Zodiarts or something like that. But yeah, we don't know anything about this guy who became another Forze. All that we do know is that we see him trying to heal this girl who was like the first victim of like the stream of Libra targeted attacks with some unexplained psychic powers. I'm guessing it might have something to do with some ESP something going on there, because if I remember right, back in like one of the movie Genesis movies that Forza was involved in, one of them had Forza going up against a version of Inazuman, who was another Ishinomori hero, and their whole group was composed of outcast psychics, the X-Men, blah blah blah. I'm guessing it might have something to do with that, but this is a two-part, so we'll figure it out later. Yeah, so Sogo, Gates, and Tsukiyomi head on over to Amanagawa to investigate the Libra disappearances and the Libra attacks, or whatever. And, well, they get pointed in the direction of the Kamen Rider Club, which is just two guys and the teacher from Forza, the one with the with the incredible snapping spandex of kinkiness, as I call them. Yeah, he gets the clue. Okay. Yeah, when they get to the Rider Club, they get handed the Forza Ride Watch. So, yeah, Gentaro's running around, and obviously he's not Forza anymore. Yeah, back in 2011, the guy who was trying to revive the girl from before has become another Forza. And yeah, they head on over. In the present day, Shogo head on over to, like I said before, they head on over to Amanagawa because and from hacking the school's registry, they managed to find there's one girl who is 18 years old and is a Libra. And sure enough, she's seen in the vicinity with another Forze. But before that, we see her getting strangled by someone by the primary reason I will never subject myself to Fies, Masato Kusaka, you know how Forza Fies' writer Toshiki Inoue is often considered to be Frank Miller. Well, Masato Kusaka, in my opinion, is running off that parallel. He is Inoue's equivalent of the Fixer from Holy Terror. If you don't know who the Fixer is or what Holy Terror is, first off, good for you. Second of all, for some clarification, go and check out Linkar's 300th episode where he tears Holy Terror to absolute pieces. Masato Kusaka is a disgusting, evil, sadistic, vile individual, and he gets away with all of his crap because Inoue uses him as a proxy to perpetuate the drama and Fies, basically by letting him getting away with all of his horrible, evil stuff, and doesn't even Oh yeah, before I forget, Kusaka is the original, the second primary bearer of the Kaiza gear, for Kamen Rider Kaiza. And we know that something's up because in the show proper, Kusaka died at the hands of Kiba Yuji, the horse Orphnok. So seeing him running around in 2018 and, once again, making like Red Brown in Death of a Soldier and trying to strangle girls for their voices, I guess. Or I don't know. Do you honestly think I wanted to see what goes on inside that guy's head? I don't. Well, yeah, if he's alive in 2018, then that obviously means something happened to the history of Phais. And later in the episode, we see that not only is Kusaka alive, but also Takumi Inui, aka the original Kamen Rider Phais. Yeah, funny twist here. Yeah, after Shogo and Gates go back to 2011 to go and defeat another Forze, for some reason another Forze sheds his exterior Forze armor, and he actually turns out to be another Phais. Okay, how exactly does that work? One ride watch equals usurping the powers of one rider. But yeah, when Schwartz inserted the Forze ride watch into the guy, he did mention something about an experiment. So I'm guessing he figures that this is what that experiment is, to try and see if someone of another rider could bear the powers of two common riders at once. And I'm not exactly sure the commonality between Forze and Phais, because they both start with an F. Because of I don't know. I honestly don't know. Well, yeah. Anyways, what's weird about this is that yeah, Kusaka was strangling the girl on the roof. She gets thrown off the roof because Kusaka is Kusaka, and another Forze actually showed up to save her before engaging with Gates and Zio. So, what exactly is the connection here? Why is this another rider going around protecting these Libras, and what do they have to do with the girl that he was trying to protect before? And yeah, if Takumi, and yeah, uh, yeah. So since Phais, yeah, for those of you who don't know about anything about Phais, let me explain here. Yeah, Takumi is actually one of the monsters from that show, an Orphnok, someone who has died and was, due to a quirk of their genes, or were basically revived as, essentially superpowered animal-themed zombies. So yeah, if Takumi is still running around in 2018, yeah, just like before with Superhero Tyson Grand Prix, he's had his personal history screwed around with, and obviously he never cared to use his Wolf Orphnok form. And, yeah, doubly so because of the presence of Kusaka. Since, yeah, in order to use the Phais writer systems, you have to actually have a base limit of Orphnok DNA in your system. And Kusaka and, a bunch of Kusaka and a bunch of his old classmates for the orphanage that they lived in, were slaughtered and killed or killed by the Dragon Orphnok, before their show. So, the owner of their orphanage, who happened to be the president of SmartBrain, of the corporation that acts as basically what's the best way to describe it? Basically, Xavier's School for the Gifted for the Orphnox, if that's a good comparison. Yeah, it's a secret corporation that provides housing, care, and basically is basically acting for protection of Orphnox, and again, X-Men allegory. And so yeah, if Kusaka is alive in 2018, then that obviously means he never acquired the Kaiser gear. Since, yeah, like I said before, the Phais writer systems require Orphnox or at least humans who have enough Orphnok DNA to use them. So if both of them are here, then obviously something has gone screwy in Phais' personal history. Yeah, which means Takumi's still alive, and Kaido, the Snake Orphnok, has not become the new Phais, since, yeah, Kaido has been confirmed to be the current Kamen Rider Phais, as seen in the Kamen Rider Yongo Net movies, which was made as a giant apology / retcon to the retcons introduced in Superhero Tyson Grand Prix and Kamen Rider Tyson, which already did the revising Takumi's origins, Takumi's ultimate fate thing. Since, yeah, for those who have never seen Phais, it's confirmed that at the end of the series, due to overuse of the Phais Rider gear, Takumi died at the end of the series on that hill back in 2004. So, yeah. Well, for one thing, I have never seen Phais, but I have seen plenty of reviews of Phais, enough to know that I am never going to subject myself to that show. It is over. If anyone's looking to get into Kamen Rider, before Zio, Fies is not the way, not the series to do it. It is depressing. It is draining, and some of the stuff depicted in that show makes me very, very angry. It just, yeah, just look up the Crane Orphanok and you'll pretty much find out why. It's just filled with Inoue's usual tropes of dragging decent characters through complete and utter crap just for the sake of drama. I might be over exaggerating a bit, but again, Fies is not a fun watch. It's not. It's draining. It's depressing. Although, well, and just no, just no. Although comparatively, you should check out Forza. It's definitely much better for an introductory Kamen Rider series, and Linkara again has already done some review of the first 4 episodes. So yeah, I'll post the reviews of Forza and the reviews to his 3-part review of Holy Terror in the description at the bottom. So yeah, that's ZO this week. So let's move on with yep, Lupinranger versus Patranger. We're at episode 34, if I remember right, and it's time for an upgrade. And once again, we're focusing on our heroes, the Lupinrangers, because yeah, it's pretty much official at this point. The Lupinrangers are the true protagonists of the series, and the Patrangers are at best either deuterogonists or secondary antagonists, depending on what's going on. So yeah, there's this. For the main thing, apparently, Lupin's personal favorite piece of the Lupin collection, the Lupin Magnum, has been discovered, and Noel went out to get it, but he got caught in a trap. So Goody had to go and get Kairi, Umika, and Tuma down to where the collection piece was hidden in order to retrieve it. And at the same time, there's a Cerberus Ganglar running around, Kerberos. I'm not sure which pronunciation is right. It could be like a Heracles pronunciation type of thing. Like the popular pronunciation is incorrect, and the true one is Hercules is the popular naming of the figure from mythology, but the Greek name for him is Heracles. Hercules is the Roman name. Like Zeus is Jupiter, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, anyways, this Kerberos Ganglar has been, he's got himself a ridiculous-looking shotgun that I'm pretty sure that even Ash from Evil Dead and the Doomery will look at it and just say, yeah, bud, you're overdoing it. Yeah, I don't even know how this gun works. It's a normal shotgun with like weird other triangular barrels on the side of it. Honestly, it looks so ridiculous, and I doubt even Rob Liefeld could have come up with something that stupid. Well, anyways, yeah, Kerberos is a gun nut, and he's been running around Japan, raiding museums, getting his cuties, which he calls which is his little nickname he gives to guns, as if basically Kerberos is the lost mascot the NRA wishes it had. So while the Patrangers are trying to keep this rabid dog under control. Oh yeah, speaking of, it's funny that the Patrangers actually have to fight it because he gives himself the nickname the Guard Dog of Hell, obviously as a reference to Doggy Kruger from Tekaranger. And before you even say anything, Doggy Kruger has the same name in both Tekaranger and SPD. Hey, why fix one ain't broke? So yeah, while the Patrangers are keeping that rabbit dog under control, our real heroes go and get the collection piece. But aside from the usual tricks and traps you might think with a master thief like Lupin trying to hide his absolute favorite piece, the usual booby traps of a giant boulder and like spikes and all that jazz. He actually set up a mental trap to protect the Magnum. Basically, when they reach for it, they're locked inside of a dream delusion state or some sort of mental realm or something like that, where they're basically confronted with their ultimate desires, the people that the people who they share the closest bond with. Basically, the reason why they became Phantom Thieves. For Umika, it's her high school friend. For Tuma, it's his wife. or fiance, and for Kairi, it's his brother. And basically, the test is that they have to, well, basically, well, once again, borrowing the obvious influence from the Persona series is that a theme in the Persona series is strength forged through the bonds that they make that you make with the people around you. This episode tries to exemplify, that those same bonds that inspired you to become closer to gain your strength. If you rely on them too much, they can be seen as a hindrance. The bonds, the chains of friendship can also be seen as shackles, basically. So, yeah, basically this is the test of their resolve to get their friends to get their loved ones back, even if it means having to go through them, making them into Swiss cheese. Umika and Tuma can't do it because, well, they because their bonds are just hold them back that hard. Same thing with Noel. But Kyrie, on the other hand, well, yeah, this actually kind of highlights a bit of a darker side to him, since, yeah, he, well, he doesn't just he doesn't see his brother as like, okay, no way, that would have just been way too callous and just nasty of him. But well, he does hesitate just like with the others, but he eventually comes to a conclusion that, well, basically, Kyrie's been living his entire life in his brother's shadow, always trying to be like him, and when he failed, well, he just took it way too hard, took it out on his brother, which eventually led to his brother getting killed by Zamigo, and his ultimate regret. And where, yeah, this episode where Kyrie finally comes to terms that basically he, to go down this path to get his brother back, he's more than willing to step into the darkness of being a phantom thief, to basically do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Yeah, even if it means portraying his, even if it means shooting through his own brother, even if it means constantly coming to blows with the Patrangers, even if it means being branded as a criminal by the populace, as long as he achieves his ultimate objective, he's not going to let anything stop him. Which is apparently which is what allows him to pass the test and claim the Lupin Magnum. And yeah, based on its design, it seems pretty obvious that it's either going to going to grow into a new mech, or it's going to somehow serve as like another battleizer type of thing. Either way, it once again shows that the Patrangers are the main focus, and the Lupinrangers are the main focus, and the Patrangers were just an obvious afterthought. I mean, yeah, we're not going to see anything with Keiichiro because the show, no one likes him. The guy is no, never mind. I've said enough about Keiichiro from my previous videos, but okay, yeah. So they managed to defeat Kerberos. They got the collection piece, which is the morpher, the Tensizer or whatever it is from Ghostager. Yeah, I just got flashbacks from Power Rangers Megaforce just seeing it again. And yeah, they win the day. But the real interesting thing is Kogure. At the end of the episode, he's walking away and he thinks to himself, so, Master Lupin has chosen them. Very interesting. And he just walks away smirking. Yeah, it seems pretty obvious that Kogure is not only, aside from working for Lupin, he seems pretty dead set on, he seems to have his own agenda going on there. And yeah, well, it's nowhere near, he doesn't seem anywhere near as insane or as convoluted as, say, the constant shifting loyalties of Revolver Ocelot, because, with Ocelot, his ultimate goal was to destroy the Patriots and restore Big Boss. But with Kogure, we're not quite sure yet. We don't have all the details. What we do know is that he's prioritizing, he's safekeeping all the collection pieces, and he clearly hasn't told anyone what will happen if all the pieces are brought together. I mean, he said that there would be a wish, but again, like we said in the last episode with Noel and Keiichiro's conversation, that might not exactly be all there is to it. So, yeah. What this means, and Yeah, what Kogure is, his ultimate purpose is. We've still got a couple of episodes left to go. The series isn't done yet, so we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, yeah, I'm going to get to my personal theories here. I personally think that Kogure is going to ultimately be the main villain, the final villain, or at least working with the Ganglars and working for Don Del Grandio. Yeah, one thing that's always bothered me about this show is the Patrangers. It's been my personal theory that, this theory of mine is reaffirmed because Noel, yeah, in like 2 episodes after his debut, said that the versus changers and collection pieces that the Pata Rangers have to transform were not meant to go to them. So, and also the 2 collection pieces set for France HQ. So where did these collection pieces keep coming from? How did they get into the Pata Rangers' hands? My personal theory is that there's a high-ranking gangler who's managed to infiltrate the higher-ups of the global police. And yeah, with his own personal stash of collection pieces, he's created the Pata Rangers to go and hinder the Lupinrangers in some sort of a plan to earn the Don's favor. And I'm betting that Kogure might be involved with that somehow. I'm not quite sure how, or he might not be involved with that, or it might not, or again, it just might be my speculations. But yeah, Kogure's got his own. He's definitely on his own side here. It's not like with Noel, who shares more common goals with the Lupin Rangers because he also has someone dear to him that he wants to be brought back, which is why he failed the test in the first place. Yeah, Kogure's got something else going on here. And yeah, with this Lupin Magnum introduced, we're starting to get around to the. I think we're starting on the final arc here, or at least well, no wait. We're getting closer to the final arc because I already remember it doesn't really start until Christmas because well most like with most Sentai the really big stuff usually happens before or around Christmas. All right, winter's coming and we're gonna need to see what's gonna happen here. So yeah, next week we're gonna deal with the mystery of another Fies and I don't really remember the previews for next time, but wait, whatever. I think. Oh well. Either way, we'll see what happens. Over and out.